Tuhin, I want to come first because Tuhin Sinha, just look at the chronology. Chronology samajhiye. First, when this issue arises, the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said this is all motivated. This is all done to discredit the exam process. Then, as reports come in of paper leaks being and possibly money changing hands in Bihar, he said there may be 1 or 2 cases. Now the minister says, I am going to get the entire NTA reviewed. Is the government very clear in its mind what it wants to do? Does it require people, students to hit the streets for the government to wake up?
Well, good evening, Rajdeep. As a journalist, you would be aware of the new developments which have happened in the last 48 hours and which have completely turned things around. While any form of paper leak is extremely unfortunate, and today the Education Minister was extremely humble. He took moral responsibility of the entire situation. I think, we can't absolve the joint venture of the RJD and Congress in this entire quagmire. It's been 7 to 8 hours now since the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, Vijay Sinha, he has made some very damning allegations against Tejasvi Yadav. Tejasvi Yadav is one of very close associates of Tejasvi Yadav. Sikandar Yaduvendra apparently, stayed in a NHAI guest house where Anurag Yadav, one of the applicants for the exam and also a co-accused, also was staying. So there is enough evidence to suggest, number one, the complicity of RJD, but at another level, there also seems to be a collaboration with the Congress party. Was Priyanka Gandhi's tweet wherein she highlighted Ayushi Patel's video, which, by the way, has been turned down by the Allahabad High Court for using Ayushi Yadav has been found to use illegitimate documents to make charges against the NEET exam. The point is, it's been 48 hours now since the High Court judgment of Allahabad High Court. Priyanka Gandhi has not deemed it necessary to take down that tweet. Was that tweet specifically meant to absolve the RJD, and were they too aware of it? Having said that, NTA cannot absolve itself of any lapse, and at the same time, a complete overhaul of NTA is on the offing.
It's very interesting. The BJP was completely silent on this matter for the last few days. Suddenly, you all are waking up and blaming the RJD. The government is yours, sir. 1 minute. Earlier, you all said there is nothing wrong with the NEET. It has been perfectly carried on. Please appreciate. There are allegations not just about in Bihar. There are allegations that have been made in Godhra. There have been allegations that students have made about money changing hands. It's not just you are now being accused of deflecting the issue by trying to drag in Tejasvi Yadav. The buck stops with you. You are the government of the day, sir. The buck stops with you. You please arrest the person.
Have you followed the press conference? Have you followed the press conference?
I followed the press conference where the Mantri was refusing to take any responsibility.
At no point has the Honorable Minister shrugged off responsibility. But at the same time, if after 7-8 hours, Tejasvi Yadav has not found it necessary to come forth and make his point clear, there is definitely something that he has to hide. If after 48 hours, Priyanka Gandhi has not deemed it necessary to take off the tweet of Ayushi Patel, then she is a habitual fake news peddler. These things also need to be asked.
Can I ask that to Dr. Shama Mohammed? Shama Mohammed, as you are seeing, the BJP now is saying, look, we first want to know that those who've been arrested in Bihar, do they have any links to the RJD and to Tejasvi Yadav's office in particular? And therefore, the Congress will have to also answer questions. RJD is your partner, and there are tweets that the Congress have made, which, according to the BJP, are turning out to be fake.
Rajdeep, I found it shameful when Mr. Tuhin Sinha is talking about tweets and guest houses. What is going on here? There are lakhs of students, I myself being a doctor, your son is a doctor, who prepare for years for these exam months. It's a lot to prepare. Suddenly, what we hear is it's not one state. Look at the chronology like you said. The NTA said first, there is completely, it's impartial, no integrity is compromised here. That's what the NTA said. And Dharmendra Pradhan said the students who are protesting were motivated, saying that we are motivating them to protest. Then where they arrest 4 people, Anurag comes out and tells very clearly, this boy Anurag Yadav, that I was told to come from Kota home because the papers are ready and I will have it. So when you see his marks also, his physics marks are 89, which he memorized very well. His chemistry marks are 5 and his biology is 50. So you understand that there is real cheating happening. And of course, the center in Haryana where 6 students get 720. Now, let's understand, very important, it's not just Bihar. In Rajasthan, they have arrested 6 people for impersonation. It's not just cheating. Different people going to write exam. That happened in Delhi. In Vadodara, they have also arrested people for paper leak and cheating. So it's not just Bihar. He's talking about one tweet and this. My question today to him is that why are you not cancelling this exam?
Should you wait for the investigation to be complete, as the minister is saying, before you go and shoot at the government?
So let me tell you, why has the minister done a press conference today? Because of the pressure created by my leader Rahul Gandhi. What is the investigation? It's an open and shut case. The boy Anurag Yadav is saying, I got the paper. I mean, he's saying, I got the paper the day before, and that's why. And look at the discrepancy in his marks.
No, who gave him the paper? The question comes, how did Anurag Yadav get the paper?
So
that is the subject of inquiry.
That is what investigations definitely has to be. Let me finish, Rajdeep. NTA is compromised because in both the cases, in this exam and UGC NET also, it's the NTA which is blamed. Let's understand that. So definitely it's compromised. It has to be removed. But the thing is, we need to cancel this exam. How can they say only those who got the grace marks should be given examination? What about the others who cheated?
No, are you telling me 25 lakh students will have to suffer? Ma'am, are you saying 23 to 25 lakh students will have to suffer the entire exam? The entire exam will be cancelled. 23 lakh students will have to do the exam all over again.
Rajdeep, doctors give anesthesia. Dentists do local anesthesia. Your son can also be giving some sort of anesthesia. We deal with the lives of people. You cannot have a dimwit being a doctor there and saying that I want to be there. No, I'm going to say no. We have to have these exams cancelled and there has to be a re-examination. Supreme Court said also if there is 0.001 doubt, stringent action has to be taken. So definitely this has to be done. And let me also reinstate one thing. In the last 5 years, there has been 42 paper leaks, and recently after they brought in a law in 2024 giving 10 years imprisonment, there was a police paper leak, and what action did the government? Who is accountable?
I'll come to that, ma'am.
So you bring in laws,
I will give a complete list of all the papers. Ma'am, just a minute. I'll give a complete list of all the papers that have been leaked in a moment. But Vivek Thakur, is the solution to cancel the exam? There is an investigation going on in Bihar. There's one going on in Gujarat. There are other investigations in other parts of the country. Good enough to cancel the exam?
Yes, it must be cancelled, Rajiv ji. And I would like to tell you one shocking fact that Mr. Vijay Sinha, Deputy CM of Bihar, today held press conference. And I heard to Tuhin ji and Shama ji, now the politics game has begun. The date of the confession of Anurag Yadav, this is with me, the original paper, the date is 5th of May. Now see, only because you people, media and students have persisted this case for last 45 days now, the date of confession is 5th May. If you see, this Anurag Yadav confession, it is very clearly written, मैं स्कूल में परीक्षा देने गया था, जो प्रश्न पत्र रटवाया गया था, वही प्रश्न पत्र सही परीक्षा में मिल गया. परीक्षा के उपरांत अचानक पुलिस आई तथा मुझे पकड़ लिया. Chuki आज today they have got a connection with Sikandar Yadav with Mr. Tejasvi Yadav, so now they have got a political issue. This was a non-issue for all the political parties of this country till their students persisted the case in Supreme Court. 5-6 petitions have come till date, and they are protesting every day on the streets of this country. And now they have an issue to play politics on. They are least concerned about this. If the Bihar government was concerned, this confession is of 5th May, and government is saying that UGC net was cancelled because the paper was available on dark web. Please just confirm this. Similar issue is with NEET. On 4th of May, there is a Telegram video which is going viral. The message was there from a middleman who claimed that this year, see, the cutoff will go high, it will go 650 marks, and the same has actually happened. So he said only my students will become topper in this exam. The evidence is already there. Now, since 5th of May, all this is
so
there.
So you're saying the exam, you are saying that there was knowledge, Anurag Yadav's confession, because it's 5th May, the government had knowledge of it. The NTA certainly had knowledge about it. The police had knowledge about it for 1 month. It's now being used to deflect from issues, is your claim. 1 minute. Let me come to Dr. Kalanidhi Veeraswamy, MP, Lok Sabha, DMK, because I know that the DMK has been calling for the entire NEET process to be re-looked at. Does this strengthen your case? What's happened over the last few weeks?
Good evening, Rajdeep, and good evening to everybody. See, this is like in this particular instance, we have always maintained that NEET is very unfair for several reasons. I mean, like if you take the statistics, we have shown that in Tamil Nadu, only 2% of the people who take who have not taken NEET coaching are able to join medical courses, and the remaining 98% are people who are undergoing NEET coaching. So this itself is a scam. I mean, like where the government is enhancing, because you know that the charges for NEET exams range between 50,000 to 2 lakhs per year, and these students go for training for about 2 to 4 years. So I feel that this itself is a scam, and on top of that, if you see the rural-urban divide, the number of students who are coming from rural or urban poor and joining medicine has fallen drastically. Most of the affluent students are the only ones who are able to join medicine, and if you look at it in the long run, in another 10 years' time, you will find that you will not find any doctors willing to go and serve in any of the rural areas. This is something which we have noticed in several other states, where Tamil Nadu, we have had several schemes.
So you're calling for an end. You're saying the NEET in its present. You're saying the NEET in its present form is discriminatory. You're not. You're raising the other issue of a rural-urban divide, of a rich-poor divide, of people who have access to coaching centers, getting the benefit of NEET coaching and thereby being able to get into medical courses. So you're raising the wider issue.